Hello planty people. So I have a few minutes while Raya is napping. Sorry for the white noise in the background, but gotta keep her asleep somehow. So I have a few minutes. I'm going to plant up some propagations and also some plants that I recently bought, and then this guy who just needs a new pot. This is my first time actually planting propagated cuttings. Some from my own plants and some from plants that other people have so graciously given to me. So I'll show you what cuttings I'm going to be potting up. So I have some Marble Queen pothos from Megan's Big Beauty, which lives in her back patios. Those were very kindly given to me. And then these are Cebu Blue cuttings. Initially I had stolen these from a plant in Walmart because it was on the verge of death and really needed a new life and a new home. Maybe I shouldn't say that to the public. Anyway, Megan ended up going back and buying that plant, so I didn't technically steal them, but they were almost stolen. So I'm gonna pot these up and see if I can turn that into its own little plant. And then I have some cuttings from my greatest treasure, the Adansonii. There's only 2 in here. I was kind of a chicken, I didn't want to cut any more than that, so I'm gonna pot these up, hopefully get them rooting really nicely, and then next time I do this I'm gonna do probably 4 cuttings into a 4-inch pot, just because I think this is gonna be kind of a wimpy looking plant to start out with, but hopefully we can continue to propagate and pop it back in the pot and create a fuller plant. And then I have some spider plant babies. They did not come from this mama. This I bought after these were already given to me by Megan. And these came off of a plant, I believe, that's in her yard somewhere. And then I have, one teeny tiny piece of a purple passion plant. I don't know if the mama plant's gonna make it. I tried to rescue it from Walmart as well, but as we talked about here recently, Walmart has not treated their plants with the most kindness. I guess I'm gonna start by mixing some soil, and then I'm also gonna be repotting, I forgot to say. I'm gonna be repotting this spider plant, which is in a little tiny nursery pot that is way too small for it. The roots are busting out the bottom. And then I got this asparagus fern, and initially passed this up, and then I ended up almost crying about it, so he's here with me, but you'll see that little adventure soon. But I'm gonna put him in a bigger pot. He's just in a little nursery pot that also, his roots are busting out the bottom. And then this is falling out of the pot that it's in, so I need to repot it. It's a Peperomia Ruby Cascade that I didn't think had grown very much, but it's definitely like twice as big as it was. I could have sworn, oh yeah, there's like, I think it's gonna flower. So he's happy. He just needs a bigger pot. Okay, I'm just not even gonna worry about the mess because that's gonna be inevitable. I guess I could put this up here so you can see what I'm doing. And then this is perlite, a little white. Almost feels like foam. Okay, so that feels great. So I'm gonna put that back down here. Anyway, I'm gonna start with the cuttings. Let's do this one first. I've had these cuttings the longest. So these ones that came from Megan's Queen Batty she has outside. I'm just reusing old nursery pots that I had from plants that I bought in the past. I've been saving them for this exact moment in time. I've had these the longest. They took a good while to sprout roots for some reason. I don't know what it was. Oh, okay, here we go. Anyway, so I'm doing this pretty early on in the rooting process. Like, as you can see, this one's roots are, I don't actually know if you can see that, but I'm just gonna pretend you can. I'll try to zoom in on it or whatever if you can't. Anyway, they're pretty small. A lot of people like to wait until the roots get significantly bigger than this, but I think for my experimentation purposes that if there's a little bit of a root to soak up water and nutrients in the soil, then you should go ahead and put it in soil. I also kind of feel like it would decrease the chance of your cuttings dying once they're transplanted into soil, because I have one over there that's been in water for so long that the roots were long and just really big, and it's not doing so well in its transition to soil. I'm trying to keep it like extra moist. I don't know if I should have done a more gradual transition, but we'll see. With this, I'm less willing to take that risk, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them in soil. You can soil propagate without even ever going into water, so I'm assuming this will work fine. We'll find out. I'll update you. If I'm horribly wrong in everything that I'm saying, I will definitely come back and let you know. I'm just going to use a spoon from my kitchen to put soil over the top. I find it easier to get in and around the base of the cuttings or plants in general with a spoon. So that's what I'm doing. I was really nervous that these cuttings were gonna like not end up working out, and then Megan was gonna hate me because I took a piece of her beautiful plant and it didn't even succeed. But I think now they're gonna do great. Pothos plants are really simple in the way that this whole aspect of plant parenthood works. Like, they're easy to propagate once you figure out basic plant things. They're one of the easier plants to care for, I guess. Megan said she's almost killed a few, and they are easy enough to kill because they're not like super hardy or anything, but I think they're just, I don't know, I find them less intimidating than some of the other plants that I care for. They are vining plants. He's not going to grow upright, of course, but I'm trying to pack it down in there just a little bit so it can stay firmly in place. So there's that one. Yay! Next up, let's do the Cebu Blue. Okay. So, again, these guys were practically stolen, but not quite. 6 of those, but one doesn't have any leaves. R.I.P. Just do a bit of soil. Kind of make a little indentation in the middle so that I can stick them all in the middle. I believe in myself. I can do this. So I'm not really a fan of how everything is sitting on the outside. Honestly, though. This looks so bad. Not sure that this is the cutest thing I've ever seen, but hoping it can at least grow, and then we'll go from there, you know? Put some more in. It looks kind of sparse. Maybe this pot's too big. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it for now. I feel a little discouraged right now. Okay, so same process. Gonna make kind of a bigger hole in the middle this time because I feel like I didn't with the last one and it didn't go so well. So these have a bit more established roots. These are super easy to propagate, and they took off fairly quickly. It was really fulfilling to like see that happen quite fast. If yours doesn't, don't get discouraged, but mine did, and I am not mad about it. Oh my god. Scoop some more into the pot. Making a huge mess. I feel like this turned out much cuter. Alright, so there's that guy. And now for the cutest part, which I've been waiting for. Oh, no. Don't you hate when stickers don't peel off of things nicely. It's literally the worst. I guess I'll scrape that off later. Anyway, I have these tiny and adorable terracotta printers for the spider babies and the purple passion. So I'm just gonna make like a little bowl for it to sit in, basically, and pack it in there a little bit, but mostly just gonna let it do its thing. Ta-da! So this one's got a bit of a root coming out. I'm just gonna bury that. There we go. And this last one has quite a big root, so I'm gonna make a hole to stick the root in, and then the plant will sit on top. Duh, like I really need to explain that, but still, whatever. Maybe you didn't know that's how it worked. Ta-da! And 3 spider babies. And then lastly, I'm gonna do my one little piece of purple passion. So this was totally experimental. It's more of a fuzzy, hairy plant, and I didn't know exactly how to propagate it, but I just used those same methods, and it's got like some serious roots, so I'm assuming if you want to propagate yours, this seems to have worked. We'll see how she does in the soil. Okay. Just have to show you. I mean, if that isn't the cutest thing ever. How adorable are you? So those are all of my cuttings. I'll keep you updated. I mean, we'll see how those go. If I fail, be kind. Okay, cool. interesting. Wasn't expecting all that. Sorry if the lighting is shifted. I think it might be like about to rain. Sorry. Anyway, there you go. There's 1, 2, and 3 repotted babies. Woo! Anyway, if you all have any questions, any suggestions, or anything, any advice, any tips on how to make these videos better, let me know down in the comments below, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Bye!